Welcome into First Team Broadcasting's Campus Corner. Alongside Will Waller, I am Andy McEnroe. This is your one-stop shop for Bates College athletics, and so it's Parents' Weekend in Lewiston, so let's get you up to date with the week that was in Bobcats athletics.
The women's soccer team was 0-2 this week, losing to Trinity 0-2, and to Husson, who came from behind 1-2. The soccer team fell to 2-3-1. Against Trinity, although the Bobcats lost, goalie Annie Burns was excellent, notching 17 saves on the day. The Bantams held the advantage on shots with a 31-14 advantage. Against Husson, Megan Clement's open net goal in the 72nd minute, followed by the rebound of a lunging save by Bates goalie Annie Burns, was a game winner for Hudson. Bates got on the board at first in the 41st minute when sophomore Alex Van Deventer sent a well-placed cross from the right wing into the Husson penalty box, where sophomore Sam Alper reached the ball and poked it past a Husson defender and Husson goalie Jen Lord for a 1-0 lead. It was Alper's team-leading third goal of the season. Bates kept that lead going into the second half, although the Eagles outshot the Bobcats in the half 8-3. While the Bobcats would end up giving up the game on two second-half goals from Husson, they did play their hearts out and nearly came from behind to tie it. They're playing at home today versus Tufts.
The Bates College field hockey team held off the number 10 ranked Trinity College Bantams for 25 minutes before the Bantams cashed in with their first goal of the contest and then springboarded to a 3-0 NESCAC victory last Saturday. Trinity's Alana Capasso, Carrie Walcott, and Christy Bradley did the scoring for the Bantams. Trinity outshot Bates by a 22-11 margin, forcing junior goaltender Katie McEnroe into making a career-high tying 17 saves. McEnroe has been a bright spot for the Bobcats in an otherwise dismal start to the season, as she currently ranks 10th in the NCAA in saves per game, averaging 11.0 saves per contest. That being said, that is not the kind of stat that head coach Win Holt would like to see, as the Bobcats will need to generate some sort of offense and start playing with the ball on their side of midfield if they look to find success in the NESCAC this year.
Devin Diltz was the one of the stars during the Codfish Bowl down in Boston this past weekend, as he and his fellow Bates cross-country runners participated in a very large race. He took 7th place with Doug Breacher at 16th and Tom Esponette at 31st. Bates ended up taking 5th with a score of 109 in the field of 18. For the Bates women, Jennifer Mitten was the first Bates runner to cross the line at 24th place, with Alicia Fannin just 7 seconds behind her. Bates ended up taking 4th in the field of 23. They scored 161, but were 136 points behind the top team, Stony Brook, who scored an incredible 25. Both squads return to action October 10th at the Open New England's, which coincidentally takes place at Franklin Park in Beantown, where the Bobcats just raced.
In volleyball, the Bates College volleyball team fell to Connecticut College in a NESCAC match played at Wesleyan by a score of 3-0, losing set 1 by a score of 25-19, set 2 25-19, and set 3 25-23. The loss snapped Bates' 4-match winning streak. The Camels improved to 11-3, 2-1 in the NESCAC. Bates, now 8-3, 0-3 in the NESCAC, returns to action today as they play Wesleyan.
The men's tennis team had an abbreviated schedule this fall, but were in competition last week at the ITA New England Championships. Amrit Rupa Singh and Matt Beatles both won the 2 matches to advance to the round of 16 in singles for the Bobcats. These matches are really just to keep them fresh before the all-important spring season begins after the snow melts. The men will have one final fall event playing in the Wallach Invitational on October 10th and 11th. And for the women, they will return to action in the NEWITT Championships on October 16th through 18th.
Trinity College downed Bates College 35-14 in both schools' football season opener last Saturday as the defending NESCAC champions rolled to their 11th straight win. Trinity fumbled the ball away 5 times in a game, but overcame that with a stifling run defense, limiting Bates to just 30 rushing yards on 29 attempts, and a quick strike offense that collected over 400 yards despite a time of possession deficit of 25-29 to 34-31. Bates quarterback Ryan Keaton completed 25 of 43 passes for 203 yards and a touchdown. Sean Worth had 8 receptions for 62 yards, and Tom Beaton had 7 receptions for 85 yards. Bates College returns to action today as they square off against Tufts with the kickoff slated for 1 p.m. Catch all the home action this year on First Team Broadcasting at www.firstteambroadcasting.com.
In men's soccer, they were 1-0 this week with a win at University of Maine Farmington. The 2-1 victory was not in the bag until 2 late goals by Patrick Jackson in the final 6 minutes. The Beavers held the Bobcats scoreless for most of the contest, holding a 10-4 shot lead during the first half. The Bobcats came roaring back with a 7-1 shot advantage in the final 20 minutes. The Bobcats return to action on Saturday against Tufts for Parents and Family Weekend. Well, that'll about do it for this edition of your Bates College Beat Report. Please stay tuned for more Bates College action right after this.